All right, I'm gonna make some chicken bacon ranch pasta salad. This was one of y'all's top votes from this past week, so we gotta make it. We start with 12 ounces of rotini tricolor. We're gonna add in 1 large chopped tomato and the main ingredients. Chicken, got 2 chicken breasts that I cut up, and 16 ounces of bacon. Going heavy on the bacon in this, because that's what I like. I cooked it and chopped it up myself because I just like freshly cooked bacon rather than the pre-cooked stuff. But if you don't have time, get some pre-cooked. And then we have 5 ounces of sliced olives. If you don't like olives, just leave that part out. I know some people aren't into them, like my wife. And then we have 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese that we're gonna throw in there. Okay, once we have all these dry ingredients, let's go ahead and get that kind of mixed together a little bit. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna come over here and make our dressing. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of mayonnaise. I use Duke's mayonnaise because that's what I was raised on. That's what my Mima raised me to eat, and that's what we do in our house. What mayonnaise do y'all do? I'm from South Carolina, and Duke's is like a big thing. So we live on Duke's down there. So we got our 1 cup of mayonnaise. We're gonna put some pepper in there. And some garlic powder. I like it pretty garlicky. And we're gonna put in 3 tablespoons worth of ranch dry seasoning. So go ahead and get that kind of mixed together. And then we're gonna throw in 1/2 cup of milk in as well. And you want to get that mixed together. If it helps, get you a whisk. Kind of whisk it around for a minute. And then once you have that nice and whisked together and smooth, we're going to pour it back into our dry ingredients. All right. So just go ahead and pour that on in there. Take your spatula so you don't waste any of this good stuff. In case you make this and it's feeling like a little dry with the amount of ingredients you have, you can always just add a little bit more milk in. So just keep that in mind if you want to try this at home. So once you have the dressing in there, go ahead and just get it nice and mixed in. So got that wetness touching all the parts of it. All right, y'all, now that we have that mixed together, we're gonna actually put it in the fridge for 1 hour, and then we'll come back and try it. So you wanna, after you make it, put it in the fridge for at least an hour, cover it up, and then we'll go back and try it. All right, now that you've had it in there for an hour or more, it's time to try it. Perfect side. Make sure I get a little chicken and ranch and bacon, the whole thing. Why am I blowing on? I'm so used to, I cook so much, I'm used to blowing on food. I don't have to blow on this one. Y'all, this is amazing. All right, my mouth's full. Great side dish. If you're looking for a side dish idea for a get together for Thanksgiving, Christmas, try it. We're gonna make some crock pot cracked chicken. Can't wait for y'all to enjoy this one. We're putting 3 chicken breasts here on the bottom. Then we're gonna take some ranch seasoning and sprinkle it over the top of it. I got 2 seasoning packets because I like extra flavor. If you want to just do 1, that's up to you. That's your prerogative. And then we're gonna put 8 ounces of cream cheese over the top of it. Once you got your 8 ounces of cream cheese, we're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna put it on high for 3 hours, and then we're gonna come back and we gotta do a few final steps to get this thing really popping. All right, so a few hours later, let's go ahead and get this chicken shredded. Okay, once you have your chicken shredded, you're gonna throw in 1 cup of mayonnaise. Make sure and scrape it out. Get that nice and stirred in with it. All right, and then once you have your mayonnaise nice and stirred in, let's put in our other, I've got a pound of bacon that I cooked and crumbled up. Let's go ahead and get that stirred into it so it's evenly distributed in there. And then we're gonna throw in some Colby Jack cheese, as well as some chopped up green onion. A little bit more, go. And just a little bit of diced up jalapeno, and then we're gonna get that all nice and folded in together. But now that we have that nice and stirred in there, I think it's time to test the goods. So let's see what we're working with. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this is good as is, but if you got like some sourdough bread or made some kind of toast, put it on there, made like a cracked chicken salad sandwich, that'd be so good. But there you go, y'all, with some crock pot cracked chicken. Enjoy. Got 2 pounds of ground beef for your Philly cheesesteak pasta. Throw in a half a yellow onion that you chopped up, and also a chopped up green pepper. And you want to throw in a couple teaspoons of minced garlic. I like doing double the garlic in my recipe, so I put 4 teaspoons. Once you got all that in there together, just kind of get it mixed in, let it saute for just a minute or 2. All right, we got them sauteed pretty good in there. Now we're gonna move on to phase 2. We're gonna throw in 4 cups of beef broth, which is a whole container at the Walmart. Throw that in there. And we're gonna throw in some Worcestershire sauce. At your discretion. It's pretty powerful. I like a lot of flavors, so I'll do about that much. And then we'll throw in some salt. We already got some sodium in here. Don't have to overdo it with the salt, but about that much. And some pepper. There you go. Actually, a little more pepper. There we go. Get that nice and mixed on in there. All right, and then we're gonna slowly add in a cup of milk. Just kind of stir it in as you go on. 1 cup of milk. You're gonna bring this to a boil, and we're gonna do our next stop. All right, y'all, we got this puppy boiling. Once you got to a boil, Put about 3 cups of a little macaroni in your boiling pot. That's 3/4 of this box. If you got a 16-ounce box, you do 3/4 of it. Get a gentle mix up in there. And then you're going to put the lid on it and put it on low heat for about 7 to 10 minutes. And we'll come right back and see what's going on with it. All right, now we got that covered about 10 minutes. You see them elbow macaronis are doing pretty good. It's looking pretty tasty. Oh my goodness, look at that. They ain't even done. So we shredded up about 8 ounces of mozzarella. Freshly shredded. This ain't no bag stuff. Throw it in there. Get the cheese melted on in there. Get it mixed on in there. Ain't gonna be Philly cheesesteak pasta without the cheese. Well, that's starting to melt in there. We'll add the other cheese in there too. So we got some provolone that we ripped up into little pieces. Just spread it on around all up in there. Do a little bit at a time so you don't have huge clumps of cheese just going on in there. And look at that cheesy. Well, let's serve it up. We'll get some of that liquid in there. What makes it good. Got that extra flavor. All right, y'all. Let's try it while it's hot. Now, if it was me, I'd throw some Louisiana hot sauce up in here too, but I'm out right now. So let's try it how it is. Look at that. Ooh, baby. We like that. Ain't trying to burn my mouth off. Hallelujah. All right, y'all, we're gonna make some Wham Bam casserole. We're gonna start with 1 pound of ground beef that I already browned and drained. Put it all in this mixing bowl here. Really good. It's gonna wham bam you right in the mouth. Okay, so next we're gonna take about 30 ounces of crushed tomato.
Dang.
So that's one of these and about half of another one.
Well, it's 28 ounces in that 1 can.
Yeah, so it's a little over half of this one.
How many ounces you need?
I can't remember. Anyway, it's like 1.5 cans of these.
45 ounces of tomato.
Yeah, there you go. And then we're going to throw in some seasonings. I already seasoned the meat a little bit, and then we're going to throw in some more. So we're going to put in some garlic salt. I love me some garlic salt.
Me
so
too.
I need flavor, you know. And some Italian seasoning. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to stir all that together. Make sure it gets nice and mixed. Like I said, I season the meat, and then I'm also seasoning the sauce a little extra.
So you're kind of just making a meat sauce.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making a meat sauce. Okay, all right. Now that the meat sauce is ready, we're gonna take our cheese ravioli. We got frozen cheese ravioli. We're gonna put, this is a 24-ounce bag. We're gonna put about half these raviolis over the bottom of this greased 9x13. So just make sure you get it spread out on there. Doesn't have to be like perfect, but mainly, you know, cover the bottom. You get it, you get it, you get it. Okay, then we're gonna take half of this meat sauce, make sure that we made, and just pour it over the top. This is a layered casserole, so that's why we're using only half of it. That's about half. Just kind of eyeballing it here.
That looks good.
Just spread it over the top. There we go. Got half the mixture on there. Next, we're going to take some mozzarella cheese. I've been trying to not do the bag stuff as much, so I'm going to...
Off the block.
yeah, we're gonna put about half of this block and shred it onto the casserole here. Ain't it pretty?
That's a great technique. I've never seen this technique before.
Yeah, man, it works real good.
Looking nice.
All right, so I think we're good on that layer.
Mm-hmm.
So then we're gonna take the rest of the ravioli and put it over the top. That is not enough. Okay, we'll just work with it. Man, there was not enough ravioli, so I'm just gonna have to take some from the bottom and just put it on top. There we go.
Would you look at that? They kind of look like UFOs.
They do. So then our second layer, because there wasn't enough ravioli, is gonna look like this, but it's still gonna taste great.
That looks fun.
Then we're gonna put the rest of the mixture,
The meat sauce.
the meat sauce, over the top. I want to make sure it's scraped thoroughly. What's my scrape score, y'all? Is that, I don't see any meat pieces in there.
Oh, I think it's a good scrape score.
Y'all let me know in the comments.
We can ask Kim and what she thinks as well.
Oh yeah.
I just heard a grunt over there. She must be eating some trail mix.
I am.
You know her too well. All right, so we got the meat mixture on there, and we're gonna put some more of the mozzarella cheese over the top. Careful not to grate your skin off your hand while you're doing.
I mean, it'd add a little flavor, I guess.
Okay, so that's enough
That
cheese
looks
on
good,
top,
yeah.
and then we're gonna add actually some shredded Parmesan on top.
Oh my gosh, cheese on cheese on cheese on cheese on cheese.
Yeah, man. This is this is an Italian casserole. So, who's the guy that says "Bam"? I was trying to remember.
Bam.
Do you remember him?
Flintstones, Bam Bam.
No, the he's a cooking personality. He always went "Bam."
No, I don't have a clue.
No, okay. I'm gonna remember. Okay, so next we're gonna throw this in the oven. Before we do it, put some foil over it. We're gonna put it in there with foil for about 30 minutes, and then take the foil off for the last 10 to 15 minutes. So all in all, it's about 45 minutes that you're gonna throw it in there. And we'll come back and try it. All right, let's give it a look.
Look at that.
Ooh.
That's cheesy and bubbly.
Yeah, some bubbly goodness right there. And I can tell the difference between the bag cheese and the real cheese you got going on right there. I'll come back and give it a try. All right, let's give it a try.
Look at that. It does look just like lasagna.
That's so good.
Look
Yeah,
at
it's
that.
more of a lasagna than a casserole. Huh? Yeah, that looks good.
It does look good. It smells good too.
All righty, moment of truth.
So good.
That really is a good one. That's a winner here, folks.
That's a winner, folks.
Wham Bam lasagna.